Have you ever wondered what secrets lie beneath the feet of emperors? When you picture the Forbidden Palace, you probably think of grand halls, ornate roofs, and maybe even the legendary golden bricks paving its floors. For centuries, these gleaming tiles have been the stuff of myth and legend. The story goes that they were made of actual gold, a symbol of the ultimate imperial power and wealth. But what if I told you the truth is far more fascinating and, frankly, a lot more clever than just throwing gold on the ground? Today, we read peeling back the layers of history to uncover the real story of the Forbidden Palace's so-called golden floor. Was it ancient alchemy, a forgotten high-tech secret, or something else entirely? Let's find out. The myth is certainly alluring. Imagine walking on a floor of pure gold. It's the ultimate display of opulence. This story persisted for a long time, feeding into the mystique of the Forbidden Palace as a place of unimaginable luxury. But as historians and scientists began to study the palace more closely, they realized something just didn't add up. Gold is a soft metal. Paving an entire floor with it, especially in high-traffic areas like the Hall of Supreme Harmony where countless officials and ceremonies took place, would be incredibly impractical. The floor would dent, scratch, and wear away in no time. So, if it wasn't gold, what was it? And why did everyone call them golden bricks? The name golden bricks, or Jin Zhuan in Chinese, is actually a bit of a clever misnomer. The gold part doesn't refer to the material, but to the immense value and cost associated with producing them. These weren't just any old clay tiles. They were the pinnacle of ancient Chinese ceramic engineering, created through a painstakingly complex and secretive process. Each brick was a masterpiece, and their creation was an imperial project of the highest order. The process was so long and arduous that a single brick was said to be worth its weight in gold, hence the name. It was a testament not just to wealth, but to the incredible skill and dedication of the artisans who made them. So where did these incredible bricks come from? The journey of a single golden brick began in a very specific place, Lumu Imperial Kiln, located in Suzhou, a city famous for its master craftsmen. The secret started with the soil itself. It wasn't just any clay. It was a special, fine-grained soil found only in that region. This soil was carefully excavated and then subjected to an incredibly long and detailed preparation process. It was sieved, washed, and left to settle for over a year to remove all impurities. This created a clay paste that was as smooth as silk, the perfect raw material for what was to come. Once the clay was ready, the real work began. The paste was molded into large square bricks by skilled artisans. But this was just the start. These raw bricks were then placed into the massive imperial kilns for firing. And this is where the magic, or rather the science, truly happened. The firing process wasn't a quick bake. It was a slow, controlled burn that could last for months. The temperature inside the kiln had to be managed with absolute precision. First, they would use a low, smoky fire of rice husks for a month. This was followed by a month of smoldering with wood chips, and finally, over a month of intense heat using pine branches. This multi-stage firing was crucial for the final product. After more than 130 days of continuous firing, the kilns were sealed and allowed to cool down naturally, a process that could take several more months. When the bricks were finally removed, they were not a shimmering gold color. Instead, they were a dark slate gray, almost black. But when struck, they produced a clear, metallic ringing sound, like a piece of metal. This was a sign of their incredible density and quality. But the journey wasn't over yet. The final step was to polish them. The bricks were repeatedly soaked in tung oil, a natural oil derived from the nut of the tung tree, and then polished by hand. This final treatment is what gave them their signature smooth, glossy, and subtly shimmering surface. Under the light of lanterns and the sun, they would reflect a soft, warm glow, looking almost like polished black gold. So we've debunked the gold myth and uncovered the incredible craftsmanship. But this still doesn't answer a key question. Why go to all this trouble? Was it just for looks? Well, this is where we get into the secret high-tech part of our story. The creators of these bricks were not just artists. They were brilliant engineers who understood thermodynamics. The Forbidden Palace is in Beijing, a city with freezing cold winters. Keeping the massive drafty halls of the palace warm was a monumental challenge. And the floor played a critical role in this. The secret lies in the specific mineral composition and the extreme density of the bricks. The complex firing process didn't just make them strong. It created a material with exceptional thermal properties. These bricks were excellent at absorbing and retaining heat. Underneath the main halls of the Forbidden Palace, there was a sophisticated underfloor heating system called a kang, or Dixa Nuendao. Hot air from furnaces located outside the halls was channeled through a network of subterranean tunnels running beneath the golden bricks. The dense, polished bricks would absorb this heat and then slowly, evenly radiate it upwards into the room throughout the day and night. Think of it as a massive, ancient, and incredibly efficient heated floor. The smooth, non-porous surface of the tung oil-polished bricks also prevented the heat from escaping too quickly, acting as a form of insulation. So the emperors and their court weren't just walking on a beautiful, expensive floor. They were walking on a giant, slow-release radiator. This system was a masterclass in passive heating and thermal engineering. It kept the vast imperial spaces comfortable without the smoke, soot, and fire hazards of open braziers inside the rooms. It was clean, efficient, and completely hidden from view. So the next time you see a picture of the Forbidden Palace's floors, don't just see opulence, see innovation. See the genius of ancient builders who merged artistry with cutting-edge science. These golden bricks were not a symbol of shallow luxury, but a testament to a deep understanding of materials and the environment. They represent a lost masterclass in thermal engineering, a form of high-tech insulation that was centuries ahead of its time. The myth of a floor paved with gold is exciting, but the reality of a scientifically designed self-heating floor is, in my opinion, far more impressive. It shows that ancient civilizations didn't just rely on grand gestures. They used incredible ingenuity and meticulous planning to solve real-world problems. The Forbidden Palace's golden floor is a perfect example of how history is often much smarter and more complex than the legends that surround it. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into one of the Forbidden Palace's greatest secrets. If you enjoyed uncovering the truth behind the myth, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more historical investigations. Let me know in the comments what other historical myths you'd like to see us tackle next. See you in the next video.